Hello, I'm Avid David. I've been away. I'm now back. Hey ho. Anyway, what we're doing today is, people may remember I did a trip on the Himalayan to St Iltyd's. As you saw that map rapidly go by. This time, I only went to St Iltyd's because there was a problem that I had with the Himalayan when I first got her. Some of you people may remember. So I did a test run to test her on a bit of a nasty track, as it were. But anyway, I decided that's it. I'm getting out, and let's do the full run over the top, which is up to from Six Bells to St Iltyd's, carrying on over the top and dropping down into Pontypool. So as you see here now, we're racing up past various garden centre. I think that was on the right. We're going to be throwing a right turn, which is going to drop us down, and you'll see what was the original entrance, I believe, to Six Bells Pit Colliery, with which there was a very nasty incident that happened there, a disaster, to be fair, in 1960. Hence, there is the guardian of the valley, as it were, the statue. Anyway, I'll leave you with this for a moment, and I'll get back to you now. Right, here we are now, and we just turned down this lovely little road. As I said, the entrance of the original, the pit comes up on the right in a bit, I think. Anyway, as you see, they're quite nice little bends here. It's quite a fun little challenge, this bit. You come around here to the right. Now, as we bank around, just going back to the Six Bells disaster, worth looking it up on Wikipedia. I think, perhaps, if you want me to go further into that at some point. There was a visitor centre here, but I believe it's, been closed down. Whether that's lack of funding, I don't know. But that would have come up, I think, on the left. I've again, never been in there. Not really sure. Just there on the left-hand side. I think it was a pub originally. I'm not sure. As I say, I don't really know. So that's something else. But there's a one way under the tunnel by here, so we're coming under the road. And it's a very, 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 very tricky little right. You can see what I mean now. It's fun though. Obviously, if you're doing something like a Harley, you will ground there. Harley Davidson, I'll talk to you a bit about that in a bit. Anyway, we go now. We're carrying on down. And this, to be honest, is quite easy to hit this bit of road. We bank round. You've got to be careful, obviously, of oncoming traffic. But we're going to bear to the left here. On the right is the wonderful Six Bells Hotel. It's a great pub. So if you're ever in the area, pop in the door. And a big shout out to Jan and family there. Anyway, I'll leave you with this now for a sec. Okay, this bit of road's fun. Unfortunately, not really picking up on the camera. Oh yeah, we got a new camera, by the way. It's pretty good, I think. I'll tell you about that again, probably on the next video. I can't even bother going about it now. But down on the right-hand side, it's a drop, a sheer drop. But you can actually see the guardian. But unfortunately, we're not quite picking up on the camera because obviously I'm on the left-hand side of the road. But if you were to pull up anywhere along, I think it's just about here you get a really good view of it. But again, you'd have to pull over to get a look. Though you would see it off the road, but obviously the camera hasn't picked it up. What else can I tell you now about this road? Right, the cemetery comes up on the left in a bit now, but I'll leave you for a second, and I'll let you know something else in a minute. Now, as I say, the cemetery comes up, but then for St Iltyd's, there's a very, very, very sharp left where you turn back on yourself. Now, some motorcycles are obviously a bit longer than the one I'm riding, so it might be better just to go down, turn to a turn in the road, and then come back up and go up this turning. You're going to see what I mean in a moment. Obviously, I'm just a nutter, so I just, as you can see now, I just hang a left. And this is what's beautiful about the Himalayan, to be honest. I haven't put my foot down on nothing. That's it. Look at that. She just whomp. She's up there. Now, would I do... Right, stupid question number one. Would I do this on a Harley Davidson? Yes, because I'm stupid. Would I advise anyone who's got a Harley Davidson to do it? No, I would not. I'm just crazy like that. All right. I mean, I don't know if someone remembers seeing the shot where I decided to take a Harley Davidson down a wide glide in pouring rain, down through Bedlinnog. I mean, there are a bit of a nut there, but I'm calming down slowly. Yeah, as I say, would I do it? No, you shouldn't do it on a Harley Davidson. You want to do it on an adventure bike. Triumph Tiger will be fine. I think the BMW might be a bit heavy for it, but anyway, that's another story. As in the BMW, like adventure type motorcycle, that is. Anyway, quickly tell you, Harley Davidson, I told you I've sold it. As far as I know, it's having a good life now. Also, other news to tell you is I've sold my BMW. So, as I said, watch out for oncoming traffic, and there you have it. So I'll keep my eyes open now for a different type of bike, but obviously I'll tell you more once once I've decided what I'm going for. So I'll leave you run with this for a second. Now, St Iltyd's Church is going to come up on the left. We've told you about this before. Just a brief little history note. St Iltyd's is allegedly a 13th century building, according to Wikipedia. Generally believed to have been built by the Cistercian monks from Clantarnham on the site of a previous church, which historians have tended to be dating from about 863 AD, Anno Domini, or thereabouts. The present dedication of St Iltyd's is not, however, the original name. One that it was not until I think it was around 1754 that the saint's name was given as the name of the church. Anyway, I'll leave you carry on with that. You look it up on Wikipedia anyway. I'll spend more time talking about that again. Enjoy. By the way, watch out for the sheep. There's loads of them up. Yeah, enjoy. I might be wrong, but I believe this road that we're actually on here was the original road for between Pontypool and Six Bells. As you can see, like the majority of roads in Wales, lots of potholes. So I think this is one's a little bit harder for them to come up on to repair anything. What's it like to ride on? Very bumpy. I wouldn't do anything silly like go too fast up here or anything. The road does become very, very gravelly. I mean, maybe just sort of there, my rear slipped a little bit. That's just because of the gravel surface. So just drive with caution. And obviously now this is two-way, so the cars do come up, so be aware. Now, as we do an approach here, if you look to the right, there's a little road that goes down. There's a gate, and I believe that road eventually leads to a farm. If you go down there, it's pretty treacherous. I have done it on the Himalayan. Unfortunately, it broke the camera because it was that bumpy. So I haven't got the film up for that, but I will do it again. But there's a road that leads off of that road, and where landslides happen here, it's finished. I mean, it's just there's a road and it just stops dead and then drops, I think, by about 4 foot, and then there's the rest of the road. But as I say, it's just, again, this is a lovely thing to do here. I mean, if you go to Six Bells or whatever, and then you could actually walk this if you wanted. It's quite a nice little hiking trail. Other thing as well, watch out for, obviously, wildlife and, of course, cyclists. Though I have to say, I haven't seen many cyclists do this. because I think it's quite a physical, quite a physical, lot of physical effort to do that. Anyway, enjoy the ride. I believe we're coming up to the top now. I could be wrong. But what have I been up to? That's probably what you really want to know. Right. What's been happening is this. A few interesting things. You remember that myself and Dr. Ray, we put together the children's book, Doris and the Dragon. Well, that became more popular than we thought. And so, obviously, the people that liked it, a big shout out to, all the people from amazingly different places in the world, like Germany, Chile, and whatever, took a great interest in the book, and we felt, oh, look, we are. We're at the top. And that's a sheep, that is. Anyway, I'll leave you with that for a second, and I'll carry on. Anyway, just realised what I said there. That sounded very arrogant. I don't mean to do that at all. The Doris book came out, and a few people and some people obviously bought it, and some of those people from quite far away lands, really. And we really appreciate it, and we really, really do. It's totally different from what other people are doing now. Anyway, I say precious, the wrong word. I felt so happy that people were happy with it, and so did Dr. Ray, that I thought, well, I'm going to devote some time to this. So we did, and currently there are 3 Doris books out. The second one is Doris and the Pirate. The third one is Doris Saves Christmas. So it's been fun, and wow, Anyway, back to this journey we're doing, because I'm talking to you and missing out a lot. On the right hand side there, it looks to me like there was ironworks originally. I don't know if you can see it too well from here. I have to try and come up again this time and take some proper still photographs, because it's definitely worth it. I will do that at some point. Also, and sadly, I don't know a lot about the area here, so I do feel a little bit guilty about that as well. But yeah, I mean, around here there was a ironworks. I believe there was a strip mining area too, and I think there may have been a substation down the road. I'm not really too sure. But anyway, back to the boring bit of Doris and the Dragon. So we decided to go for it, and we've done 3 books, and wow, it's made some people happy, and which is a good feeling. There's me adjusting your camera, and adjusting it again. And so anyway, that's kind of one of the things that's been taking up a lot of time. There's another thing that's been taking up some time too, is that we acquired a Citroen Ami 8, which there are some videos we'll be putting up, and that's another branch, but that'll be coming up soon. Watch out for the sheep. But that's kind of what's been taking up the time. But no. As I say, it's not that I haven't been riding my bike. I have, and I'm over a year now with the Himalayan, and what do I think of it? I really love it. So big shout to Royal Enfield. It's really fun. You get a chance to ride one, do it, but I'm not trying to sell anything for anyone. Anyway, I want to leave you get back to the trip, because I am just waffling on. Enjoy. Oh yeah, and then see this views? It's worth it, isn't it? It is worth it. And is it worth doing if you ever get a chance? Yeah, it's definitely worth it for the views and everything, but you just can't be a Barry Sheen or a Carl Fogarty about it. You got to take your time. Because I would hate someone to do this and get injured. I'd feel pretty guilty about it. Well, I wouldn't, but I'll tell you I would. That's life. Anyway, we're carrying on down here, and we're going to be dropping down, and there's going to be a shed that comes up, like a big brick shed. I think it was probably an engine shed. I'm not too sure, but I'll talk to you more about that probably on another video. I'll research this area a little bit more for you. Anyway, I'll leave you with this now. On the right there was the engine shed, which you don't really see that well here, but I'll just do something more about that at some point. We're going to be coming up to a T-junction shortly. Well, I say we were. Where we are actually going to turn left. You can go right, but it's no through road, so I think it's a parking area, and I think there may be some business units in it. I'm not really sure. I didn't really look. But yeah, it's interesting. Here we go. Here's the T-junction. Now, if you look as I go around to the left, you'll see that probably the amount of coal that was there and everything else, obviously to fuel the station or fuel the ironworks. It's there's just so much. As I say, I don't really know. So if anyone does know about this area, obviously put something in the comments. But I will try and find out more for you anyway. Because I can't say I won't be coming here again. It's a nice ride, actually. Anyway, I'll leave you with this now, because I think I've been talking perhaps too much. But yeah, the bike handled it wonderfully, the little Himalayan. I can't say enough about it, well I could, but you don't really want to hear that. Anyway, enjoy the ride. Right, this place, right, is called, I believe, Abersucken. Yeah. Now, there are probably many jokes that you people could be saying about that, right? But I'm trying to be a good boy, and I won't. But there are. I think I believe even that Welsh comedian Rod Gilbert has actually mentioned this and said it in a slightly different way. But anyway, enjoy. Right. I can't remember the name of the town I'm going through right now. I'll say it again. We're going to be coming up to a T-junction eventually. What I'll say to you is that I'm going to turn right at this T-junction. If you're a bit more adventurous, if you were to turn left, that would take you to what they call the Big Pit. That is well worth a visit. And there's a nice cafe there as well, which was the mess hall. There you go. So if you turn left here, as opposed to turning right, it will lead you to the big pit. And it's the miners' canteen where they would have had their, the shower rooms, and I think the canteen they would have obviously had been fed at some point during their working day. But as I say, go visit, and it's well worth it. It's about a bit of history. Anyway, we're heading now towards Pontypool, as it were. It's quite where we are now. It's quite a nice little place. On the right there, as we're just going past, I think it's that building. Could be wrong. There's a bike club. They call the Valley Commandos, and I think that used to be their mess hall. I'm not 100% sure on that either. I don't know any of them, but again, it's a bike club, and what's wrong with motorbikes? I can't think of anything. Anyway, enjoy. Right, we're it's a funny way to say. We're on the outskirts of the Pontypool town centre, as it were. Pontypool itself, as in the town centre, and everything else is on the left, but not the left off this next roundabout, because that'll just take you straight to the Tesco's, which you may or may not want to go to. Obviously, it's not whether you're doing your shopping or not. But if you're trying to do the route that I'm doing, be careful of the roundabouts here, and obviously that's the left turn at the Tesco's car park. We could see straight over. Now, if you were wanting to get back on, say, for instance, the M4 or something, on this approach, you want to come. We've got another roundabout which you'll go straight over, but then after that, you'll get the left-hand lane, go left, and that will lead you eventually to the M4. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going right, and we're going to head past the old washery. We're going to continue on to a place called Hereford Innes, and there's a colliery just there. So there you go. This is the roundabout I'm saying, right-hand lane. So there you go. I'm going to flick right here. Now, if you wanted to go to the M4 or Cumbraen or anything, you'd be going left, and then next roundabout turn right. Anyway, here we go. Watch out for the on the left hand side here, because obviously you've got oncoming traffic here. And there's a speed camera, and it's set at 40 miles an hour, so watch your speed. A lot of people get caught out by it. It's going to come up on the right, so as I say, just keep your speed down, yeah. Anyway, enjoy the ride. As you can see there, having to make way for the local constabulary, as they're in a bit of a rush. Now, the more observant of you may have seen the washery which comes up on the right. The less observant, like myself, miss it every time. But we've got a nice bit of tree growth there, so it's a bit harder to see. It's easier if you're coming the other way to actually see it. Anyway, we're going to be falling down into this one town. It's called Ford Innes. I think I'm saying it correctly. Where it drops down into actually, I'll let this carry on a bit longer because it's still a little bit of away from there. Yeah, that was the washery on the right, but again, you don't see it that well from this side of the road. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we're going to be dropping down into a town called Crumlin after Ford Innes. It's basically quite a steep hill. There was houses on the left, which I will point out. There's a problem in Crumlin, and it's a smell, and it's like a methane-y, sulfury smell, which the council, with the great wisdom, said it was actually, that's all to do with traffic. That smell, and it's nothing to do with the colliery at all. So they knocked down all of these houses, and guess what? The smell's still there. It's not a bad mark or anything on the people of that town. It's I personally believe it's to do with the colliery, which is obviously closed. But I believe that there's gas seepage coming up into the river there, and hence that's why it smells there. But of course, it's liability, isn't it? So if I'm right, then it will cost the local authorities a lot of money. If I'm wrong, then it makes no difference at all. But anyway, here we are, right? So there's a photo in this. Now, if you watch now, we're coming down. You'll see what I mean. We won't be able to smell anything, but obviously not from watching this. But if you look on the left, there was. I'll show you now, just a little bit further on. I know it seems so much quicker when I have to waffle on a bit more, won't I? Actually, I won't. I'll leave you carry on with this just for a second. Now, if you look on the left, this is where the houses were. There was a whole street. If you research it, you'll see it. But yeah, they could possibly purchase this whole line of houses which were on the left-hand side, demolish them, right? Because then whatever their mind, that was the reason for the smell, as it were. But I've told you my opinion. So anyway, we're going to run down this hill now, and we're going to come to set of lights, which I'm turning right, but I'm going the left-hand lane, and you'll see for why, and I'll try and show you, you'll see what I mean, the pit I'm talking about. Anyway, enjoy. I keep saying smell. I'm supposed to say pollution caused by carbon nitrates or whatever from cars and that sort of naughty thing. But anyway, I can't be bothered getting a debate. Because, hey ho. So as you see here, I'm on the approach here. I've done the right. Now there's another set of lights here that can catch you out, so be aware. Now I'm going to bank left, but then I'm going to throw a kind of immediate right. You'll see what I mean. So as I come up here now, I'm going to be pulling right now. Well, I will be once that car gets out of my way. Get out of my way. There you are, right. And this was the colliery down here that I was telling you about. It's been closed, I think, since I'm just showing 68, something like that. I think it was about then. But this linked up underground, obviously, with 6 bars and various other collieries. Again, I'm not an expert. I was never a miner. Anyway, I'm going to turn around here, but you can't really see it. They've as you can see, it's all gated off at the moment, so they're obviously doing work in there. But yeah, so just doing a U.E. by ear. And right, and then I'm going to take you on, and we're going to do something else now. Whereas I wouldn't have normally turned up yet, but I would normally now go back to the lights, turn left, and that'll butt me straight back up to 6 bells and that. But I'm going to go a bit naughty now, and I'm going to throw a right, and we've got this lovely steep hill, which isn't fun if you suddenly go into limp mode, or there's a tractor in the way, but that's another story. Anyway, so I'm going to be throwing a right, and I'll get back to you in a sec. Just a quick one. Some of you that may know that song "Downtown," sung by Petula Clark. Well, not a lot of people know this, but Petula Clark is a Welsh girl, obviously, and I believe on the left here is where she, the town there on the left, Newtown or whatever, is where she originated from. I could be wrong, and obviously But Chula, appreciate the work you've done and everything. If I'm wrong, please tell me. Actually, to be fair, why would you be watching my video for? It's probably a bit too boring, really. Anyway, enjoy. Other piece of information as well is obviously we're in Manic Street Preachers Country. Absolutely fantastic band. Big shout out to you boys. And one of their earlier gigs was, when they first started out, was in the railway, which came up on the left there as we turned right. Big shout to you boys. Anyway, I'll leave you carry on with this now. Right, we're going to be throwing a right turn at these traffic lights because we're heading towards a place called Man Mole. I won't be pulling directly into that. It's a caravan storage there, etc. It's a nice place. I mean, if you live locally, but I'm not going to pull directly into there, as I said. I'm just going around the back way because I've got to go and see a couple of my buddies. So. At the flyover, so that's why I just decided we'll go this route down, which again is quite a nice little route, to be honest. Get to see a bit of country again. Anyway, I'll leave you run. Right, we're now circumnavigating this roundabout. Sorry about that, I wasn't sure I was recording. Anyway, silly me. So we're going to go around this roundabout now, and here we go, you want to giggle. So we're going around, and we're going around. If you were to turn left there, that will take you somewhere else, interestingly enough. And that's Man Mo up there. We're going to be banking left here now. And if you keep your eyes open, there's a pond that comes up on the left. I believe it was a feeder pond for the canals. It might have been, I'm not sure. Again, don't know. But it's called Penavan. But it's not, now, to me, I giggle because I know some people, right, during COVID, were coming over the border because we weren't allowed 5 miles from our front doors, thinking they were going to Penavan, as in Penavan, where all the lemmings go, right? So these poor little lemmings were thinking that they were going to Penavan and read it wrong and come here instead. Bless them. Anyway, it's not a bad little walk there, and there's a cafe there as well. I don't know if it's open at the moment, but if it's good, like you got a dog or something, walk it around there. Anyway, that's the end of that funny story. And right, we continue the trip. Right, coming up now shortly on the left, not that, I think that's a factory, is is the entrance to the pond, Penavan Pond. So if you do come up and you want to pull in, if the cafe's open, I'm not sure, look on the interweb as it were, it'll tell you. Pull in there, sit down, a cup of tea, especially if you're on a bike or something, it's a nice parking area. You can have a 5-minute break, smoke break or whatever. But yeah, this is a good little road. This is a good tester. I think that's it. No, that's not. That was it. Sorry, my mistake. I'm going so fast, aren't I? 30 mile an hour. Right, now, this road can be a little bit dodgy. It's fun on a bike, and it really is fun. We obviously got to watch for oncoming traffic. There's some nice twisty bends. Now, there's a camera there. I don't know what that's about. Again, just watch your speeds, because probably if you do speed down here, if it isn't a, should we say, a council camera, or whatever you want to call it, you bet your life the person who's got it will report you. So, yeah, just watch your speed. We should anyway. They've been having a bit of trouble down here as well, a bit further down, to do with well, it's just mudslides and stuff. But yeah, anyway, I'll leave it right. Just coming up on the right, I think they were having a little bit of bother. But I don't know the full ins and outs of it. Anyway, we're dropping down. It's quite a nice view, because you're going to see a church, which is obviously no longer a church anymore. That again, I'm not talking about, but if you look it up on the internet, there is a story going on there, and I think there's a story going on about this part of the world anyway. And they've got issues about something or other, which I again don't know about, and nor would I comment on it. There we go around here now. Let me see. We can start seeing the church in a minute. I think you might. Well, you might not. Right, here we are. Yeah, you can see it. See the tower there? Right, well, we're almost at the end of my journey. Well, for this one, anyway. So, as I say, I'm just going to ride down now, and I'm going to obviously pull in the flyover, see the boys. But I hope you enjoyed it. I know I've waffled on more than usual, but, I've been thinking we've got a lot to catch up on, haven't we? There are more videos in the pipeline. One will probably be loaded up this week. Probably two if we're lucky. And then obviously I'm out on the road all the time anyway, and I think I'm gonna do a ride, quite a long one, which I'll tell you about on the next video that I put out. I'll let you know what I'm doing. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this. A big shout and a massive shout out to all the people who've obviously enjoyed this, but all the people who've enjoyed Doris, the Adventures of Doris. And the shout to them is Doris 4 is on the drawing board, literally. So I'll give you more news on that and updates when when it's about to be released. Anything to do with Doris, obviously look on Amazon or Little House in the Valley's site, and you'll get all the information there. And here we go, pulling into the old flyover, seeing the boys. And remember I was telling you about the Citroen Amy? Well, there's our Citroen Amy just there. Anyway, thank you so much, and goodbye. Oh, and just in case you've forgotten, times are very bad at the moment still. Obviously, the issues are still going on in Ukraine. Plus, there are lots of other little issues that are running. So, make sure you go and do the right thing and go out there and make a stranger smile. And I mean that, but obviously not by doing anything illegal or that will get you into trouble in any way, shape, or form. Have happy times, and I wish you all love, and I wish you all smiles and happiness. Enjoy.